policemen, and that they saved them.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Mm. So tell us about the time that you were walking home. I think you were doing your paper route, and the Brooklyn, there was a...
There was a big explosion, like in
Yeah.
that was the British had a lot of ammunition, and
Mhm.
it blew up in the harbor somewhere over around the end of Staten Island.
And how close were you to it when that happened?
I wasn't nowhere near it,
Mhm.
but I must have been just about getting on the end of the school year, and I had a job putting the lights on and off, for the Brooklyn Edison Company.
Mhm.
And they didn't have all the electricity. They only had the lights at intersections,
Mhm.
And then there was maybe one man would have about 6 or 8 boys that we would turn the lights on and turn them out in the morning,
Mhm.
That must have been pretty dangerous, huh?
No, it was, I couldn't afford bicycles, but some of the guys had bicycles and they could go around on a bike. The best I could do was skates, and I never could have 2 skates. I always had to have 1 skate, And you go like hell with 1 skate. What is it, 2?
You couldn't afford the other skate, Grandpa?
I couldn't afford to buy a pair of skates, but have 1 skate and going, and
You'd lose the other.
just bounce along on one, Of course, some of the guys had,
Right.
their fathers had good work, so they didn't, they would be able to get by.
Mhm.
But I was satisfied to have a pair of skates,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I remember there was one spot on Eastern, do you know any part of Brooklyn?
No.
Eastern Parkway, that's a big boulevard, and
Yeah.
then Washington Avenues and Intersect Street. And then those days they didn't have, they had all overhead and they had wires, and you had to climb a pole on a rainy day. You get up there and you get a shock and you get scared,
Yeah,
and you think twice, I'm not born, Tell me, someone must have turned it on. You didn't go near it at all, Because you figure if you get a shock,
Yeah.
kid-like, didn't stay the hell away from it.
So tell us about when you were on the doing the milk train, the milk wagon, when you delivered milk with the horse and buggy there.
Well, that was a good job, and a lot of times I had a route from Vanderbilt area to Bedford, and Bedford like this and I went from Myrtle area to Flushing. That was 2 long blocks, and I guess it was about 10 blocks, a half a mile this way. Of course, I didn't have too many customers. I had there was the Borden was the white wagon, and I had the dark wagon, Sheffield Farms.
Mhm. But you went out early in the morning, didn't you?
Yeah, I was about the 2nd wagon out, about 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's early.
That was something.
Boy.
Now, I don't know whether I think I was in the last top of this school at the time,
Mhm.
I never went to high school. I always too glad to get to work to bring in a few dollars,
Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters did you have?
I lost my only sister during the flu in 1917. Her name was Ethel.
Mhm.
And
How old was she?
she was 1 year older than me.
Oh.
She was